Hi guys! In today's video I'm gonna talk to you about Cleric and his macros. What I am gonna show you in the video will be how to create a macro, how to delete one, and I will exemplify with my own macros just to be a bit easier to understand what I'm talking about. So let's get on to business. See ya! So if you click U in game, you are going to be prompted with this macro tab, and you can go to help, and in the help section you have all the details. Some of them are quite complicated and probably takes you a long time if you're new to Aion to understand, so that's why my video today. My macros are here, so I use quite a lot of them, but are the ones that I use most, so the skills that I use most, and some of them are quite helpful in certain situations. So I have the dispel one, which uses both dispel and cure in one single key, with a delay of 0.1 second. I'm going to delete this one and just show you how to make a macro. So if I delete this, let's say you are new, fresh in this tab, so you want to create a macro, so that you go click on new, you select an icon. We have very limited icons at the moment. Hopefully later on we'll have a little bit more icons because it's quite a mess. So I selected this one. You give it a name. I have chose dispel, and in enter macro command you're gonna insert the skills that you want to add for the macro. So if we go to skills, yeah, here, and let's go to the dispel ones. There you are. So I have dispel 3 and cure mind 2 like everybody else at this stage. So I put dispel 1 first for the physical ones. So I'll put it first, and they are instant cast, these both skills. So you would say, oh, why do you need delay? We still need a delay because of the ping. So slash delay space, and I will put just 0.1 seconds between them, and then you drag from the list the second one. So I have used dispel first and cure mind. Okay, so the moment you drag the skill, it just pops in the text, and then save, and you have the macro here. I have it on I have it binded, sorry, you select it from here, binded on key 1. Now for buffs, as you know, you have 2 buffs, and instead of using one key for a buff and the other key for the second buff, you have them both in one macro, which you assign it to your quick bar, and again select F1 or F2 and buff the party member with one key only. So F1 very quick, F2 very quick. The next macro that I have is the solo heal, as I called it. So it has these two skills, as we talked about it, skill light of recovery, and the second one is healing light. And you can select one, and again you can use both skills in very quick. You can also share the macro with between the 2 members, or 3, or how many you have. So for instance, you select, I selected me, for instance, F1, I click one, and then change target, and it heals the other target. You have to be very quick though to swap between the 2 party members or 3 party members, because it's a very quick macro as well. Now We have the group heal macro, which I have these two skills, Splendor of Recovery and Healing Wind. So they come up one after another very quickly. You just have to be very careful in PvP because you can't really move, obviously, as you know, when you cast these skills. So you might be stuck in one place healing if you don't want to. If you just want to use one skill, you have to move. Another macro that I use and I've created, and it's really helpful, it's the burst group heal, which for me is quite handy because I have 3 skills in one click. And the burst that I use is Noble Grace plus Sages of Wisdom and Ripple of Purification or UCL's Light. Most of the times I use Ripple because it has, as you know, Ripple is quite a good skill and very important. So as an example, I will show you using this macro in one button. It's very quick, very easy to use and very efficient. As you can see, you don't need to click 1, 2 and 3. You just click one button and all 3 skills are popped up quite quickly. Okay, another macro which I use quite a lot in PvP especially is this macro which I call PvP Start. You can put any name you want. It's one that I call it defense, 20 seconds of defense against the burst when you engage in a fight. For instance, you go with your group and you want to fight with a group of Asmos, and your group decides, okay, let's go. Few seconds before, you just click this macro, which you have it assigned to your quick bar, and it uses Find Recovery Potion, the first thing. So you make sure you have it in your inventory because otherwise it's not going to use it. Then it has a delay, of course. Skill that I use, the second row, is the Blessed Shield. And then it's the Splendor of Rebirth. And then it's Light of Rejuvenation. So all of these, they last 20 seconds roughly. This one 20 seconds, Blessed Shield 20 seconds, this one is 21 seconds, and Light of Rejuvenation is 30 seconds. That's why it's last, because you have a little bit more after the burst. So for 20 seconds you will be somehow protected against the burst. So as an example, you have to select yourself, of course, and you just click the button Potion, Blessed Shield, Splendor of Rebirth, Light of Rejuvenation. Another macro which I use in PvE only is the Heal Target's Target. That's why it's called HTST. For instance, you fight a boss and randomly the boss selects a different player rather than the tank, and you will focus on tank and you want to heal that player. You just use this macro because in it has Select Target's Target, put the skill that you want to heal that target, a delay, and returns to the previous target. If we want to resurrect someone and we just want to make everyone aware that you're going to resurrect the person in who's dead, and you use one of the resurrection skills that you have. So for instance, I'm going to use Grace. So the text that I put here is select group, yeah. Then the text that I want to put in the macro, which is Grace resurrecting, and then the skill that you want to use. So I'm going to use this skill, and you'll see in the group chat, it's gonna you're gonna see the text. Yeah, so Inoki, Grace resurrecting Salmira. So everyone in the group will know that you, as a cleric, resurrecting that person. Or if you want to use normal res, so the text will be the same in the group, resing the target and the skill. For instance, this one, yeah, pressing Salmira. Okay, another macro that's very good to and useful to use is to get rid of the animation of the resurrection, because as you know, when you resurrect, either self-res or someone else resurrects you, you have an animation in which you're very vulnerable because you cannot move, you can't buff, you can't heal. So if you're in a fight somewhere and you are resurrected, this is very useful, because as an example, in the macro actually you have the command is select self, follow, use, and you can stop here if you want, or you can add. I have added some more just to have a potion also, and an anti-shock scroll to defend myself a bit if I'm targeted right away. So I'm going to give you an example. Samira is going to resurrect me, and I'm going to click this when you accept, whenever you accept the resurrection. Okay, so I have it here. So I click accept and this, and that's it.